But I then got distracted on my phone and just found a picture of a cat that looks like Ed Sheeran. Which your viewers that are watching at home can now see that.
Get Radio Breakfast with Rich Smith.
Really looking forward to catching up with my next guest. Deadly from the Melting Pot, as you well know, said you must chat to Scott from the Bar-Steward sons of Val Doonican. He's a lovely guy. He's brilliant, and it will make an amazing interview. I messaged Scott literally yesterday about 4 o'clock, and he was like, I'll do it tomorrow. Which is always a wonderful and good sign, I think, when musicians go, yeah, I could do tomorrow morning. So, Scott, good morning to you, and thanks for joining us.
To be honest, I've not done this early in the morning since I used to teach infants. This is morning.
This is morning. Bless you and thank you. I know what it's like when you say to musicians, yeah, it's sort of 8:40 all right for you, and they go, oh, seriously. That's so early. So we really appreciate it. Scott, you will do a better job of just explaining the band because, look, a band, okay, will link you into music. Yes, of course. But you guys are so much more than that. It is a full-on entertainment. Look, Chipping Norton Theatre ain't going to know what hit it come the end of March. Just to explain to everyone listening what on earth the band is about.
To be honest, it's really difficult because we've actually recently, like literally within the last week, I finally, after 19 years, made a video to explain us festival organisers. For most people that don't know the band, we're a comedy folk band. I say folk very, very loosely. We basically take the songs that you know from the last 50 or 60 years, popular songs from the last 50 or 60 years. We play them on folk instruments, but with parody lyrics. So things like Krista Berg's Lady in Red becomes Lady in Greg's, and that kind of thing. I don't want to spoil the lines of too many songs, and obviously some of them aren't repeatable on the radio anyway. Not that we're blue or anything like that, but some of it, I suppose, is a little bit more tongue-in-cheek and a little bit more adult. But we're very much a family-friendly kind of thing. But if you head to any of the kind of independent festivals that are up and down the country, you'll probably spot us at one of them, or pretty much in any venue from here to Zanzibar, because we get about a bit. I think my show on Saturday night, I think was show 1,346 or 7. I can't remember.
Wow!
So we keep busy. We're not as busy as John Otway and Frank Turner, but we do like to.
No one is as busy as John Otway, and still packing them out after. I mean,
absolutely
5,500 now gigs or something. So you got a little way to go.
I think he's heading towards 5,000. I think the last time I spoke to John, we played with John on the Western Supermare Pier at the beginning of this year, and we had a great night actually. I adore John that way. He's one of life's great eccentrics, and he's just absolutely bonkers. I love him to bits.
I mean, and that is you saying that. Sadly, we're on radio, but you'll see the video after this as well, because Scott is beautifully dressed in. I love your array of tank tops.
Currently wearing now. My missus knits my tank tops, though the rest of the band are usually kitted out by a lovely lady from Barnsley called Jenny Fuller. We always try our best to at least be, whenever some people say, such and such was like the most punctual band or whatever, we just try and be the best looking band. What we make up for in bad looks, we make up in good looks.
Tenfold, absolutely tenfold. And just kind of, and looking at you, there's a beautiful quote on your website that kind of says, actually, do you know what? We're more than a band. We're entertainers as well. And when you go and see,
Val Doonican said that.
Yeah, and
he said, the idea that you should, if you're going to do, if you're going to get on the stage in the first place, it's much more than just being able to sing good or play good. You've got to have entertainment value. And I always think that if it was good enough for Val Doonican, then why shouldn't it be good enough for the Bar-Steward sons of Val Doonican?
Exactly that. And there must be, look, you've mentioned before, you gig a lot, you get around and what have you. there must be that energy, that buzz, and that must link in with your amazing style, the funny aspect of things, and the entertainment. It's all wrapped up in this big package that must make it an absolute joy to go out to these gigs and to kind of go, actually, you're going to throw 100% at it, and everyone's going to walk away going, I love the tank tops. The songs are hilarious. They entertained us. We got everything. It was an eye feast, an ear feast, everything else in between, and that must light a real fire in the band.
Oh, I mean, to be honest, I've always said that, you know, if you find a job you love doing, then you don't work a day in your life. And I feel like for the last 19 years of mine, I mean, bearing in mind for the first 6 or 7 years of the band, for the first 6 or 7 years of the band, I was a primary school teacher, and I now do this full time, which I find bonkers. You know, we kind of broke onto the festival circuit, and I just thought, you know what, I don't need to teach anymore. I'm going to just do this because I love this. And it's not to say that I didn't love teaching. You know, the kids were great. I'm not so sure about my colleagues, but
yeah,
and I can't say that now because I don't teach anymore.
My mum was a teacher as well before she retired, so I know exactly where you're coming from when you say about the colleagues. But anyway, yeah. So look, loads of times you kind of been through Oxfordshire playing Abingdon and Banbury, Cropredy Festival as well. That you're going to be down, and you're going to be down at Chipping Norton. At the end of March, which is going to be an amazing event. I'm going to do something a little bit different, and I'll be honest, I did prep Scott with this because it was quite convenient. As we've heard, the band do sort of parodies of things. They do puns of things, Lady and Greg's, and other such unmentionable ones for breakfast radio. Thank you again. But I thought I'd put Scott on the spot this morning. Because Thursdays we do a most wonderful time of the show. We've been doing them all morning long. And today's puns were squishing animals with celebrities. Now, I mean, Scott being a teacher, he should be, well organised. He's, literacy and doing puns, it should be second nature to you. And I gave you a good 30 seconds as well to prep all these puns.
The problem we've got here, Rich, is that you don't account for my ADHD and my inability to focus when somebody gives you something like that, especially at such short notice. I'm terrible with stuff like that. So all that happened straight away was my head was just filled with two names straight away, and that was Michael J. Fox and Seal. That's all I could think of. I know.
I love it.
But I then got distracted on my phone and just found a picture of a cat that looks like Ed Sheeran. Which your viewers that are watching at home can now see that. So I'm sorry, I'm not going to pun, but I've got a great photo of a cat that looks like Ed Sheeran.
To be honest, I think that's better. If anything, I really do. Oh, that is amazing. Scott, so apologies for putting you on the spot like that, but thank you for finding the photo of Ed Sheeran looking like a cat, which is probably what we all need if we're being honest on a Thursday morning. Where can people find out more info about you? Because look, I'm actually getting buzzed up and excited. I'm going to come up to Chipping Norton if I'm available, because you guys look so much fun and great entertainers and wonderful to chat to. Whereabouts can we see you across the country, and obviously nipping down into Oxfordshire at the end of March? So
the Doonicans, obviously we have become a 5-piece now, and it's a flexible 5-piece. So there's there's me, and there's Alan Doonican, and Dave Doonican, Mojo Doonican, and the wonderfully named the Right Reverend Jeremiah Rickenbacker Doonican III. We're because we've become a kind of flexible 5-piece. It depends where you go to who you see, but if you come into the Chipping Norton show at the theatre in Chipping Norton, that's on the 29th of March. We are back around the Oxfordshire, kind of Gloucestershire area over the year. We're at Cheltenham Racecourse in beginning of June, 1st of June at the Witchwood Festival. We're also in Cropredy in August, I think the week after Witchwood Festival. After Wickham Festival. It's all right. It's all become a bit hazy. We're at Cropredy for the Fringe Festival, and I'm in Banbury next month.
Lovely.
No, April. And the band are in Banbury at Christmas, coming up towards Christmas. Anyway, the best thing to do is go to the website. That's the best way to find us. www.thebarstewardson.com/tour. There you go. I've done the shameless plug.
It's absolutely right to do the shameless plug. I'm going to round this chat off by how we got introduced from Deadly, who does the melting pot. He's messaged me with a pun of someone who we've mentioned and chatted about, and it's all come full circle when Deadly says for an animal celebrity, John Ottaway.
Oh, that's good. I like that. I don't know why. I'm annoyed at myself for just thinking of Seal.
Right, send that picture of Ed Sheeran looking like a cat to me. Thanks, mate. It's Scott from the Bar-Steward Sons of Val Doonican playing Chipping Norton Theatre at the end of March. And as you heard, you can catch them around the local area across the summer and indeed the winter as well. Scott, thanks so much for joining us, mate.
Cheers, Rich.
It's brilliant stuff. Make sure you catch them. An absolute riot. Trust me on that one. It's going to be amazing.